Luke and Becca are upstairs inside of Luke and Becca's room, I'm assuming.
Becca's
Becca's
room.
room, I am assuming.
Currently.
Um, having a conversation away from prying ears and eyes.
I think I might invite Killer over to do some gardening or something.
I didn't think we had stuff that needed gardening.
No, but it seems fun. I'm stuck here anyway.
And where exactly would this garden go?
Probably the backyard. We have a pretty big one. Or the front yard, or windowsills.
Yeah, I suppose probably best to put it by one of the windows so people can actually see it. What is he gardening? Food or flowers?
Kind of just whatever. It was mostly food while we were in the Beyond, but I'm not entirely sure what he's up to now.
I can find out.
We did a lot of, like, usable foods. Or plants,
What
I mean.
were those?
Food, so that Bane could cook for us. And, like, stuff that we could make into beds and clothes and baskets.
What kind of plants do you grow for that? And how'd you even get plants up there?
It's a little weird. Because of the desert, they originally only had cactus, but Locke was able to manage to get, like watermelons and cantaloupes and squash and stuff. Just do it after. Because I could describe it and I had things on my phone to be able to, because I had my phone the whole time. It just didn't have internet or anything.
You had pictures of. You take pictures of just random plants?
Some of them pretty ones.
Like flowers and such?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Do you not notice that?
No, I was confused as. I didn't think you were taking pictures of crops.
I mean, not like. Obviously, I wasn't taking pictures of zucchini.
Flowers are pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
At least the flowers on zucchini is what I was saying.
The blossoms.
They're flowers.
It is the same thing. But Locke was trying to. He was trying to get me to learn how to do magic because he just did not grasp that it didn't exist here.
Yeah, because we can't exactly do stuff they can.
Mm-hmm. Try real hard to make trees. He can make a seed sprout instantly.
Can he?
Mm-hmm. Melt glass.
Not what?
I said glass. I meant sand.
Can't
Into
make.
glass.
I'm surprised with how powerful Locke is that he can't create that much heat.
No, he could.
Oh, that he can make sand into glass.
Mm-hmm. We were able to make mostly tempered glass and wood for the barriers.
Impressive. Like you were building a house out there.
Hmm?
Just like building a house out there, huh?
Close to a castle.
A whole castle, huh?
Just the walls, but they already had houses. If you want to call them that. They were stuck in a little village, so when I showed up, I was able to go and get things that they weren't able to.
Yeah, you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
That is everything I have to. It does.
I don't know.
Did you have fun while you were there?
I mean, I did what I could. Every waking moment was spent trying to get back here. I'm trying to make life more livable for them in case I couldn't get them back here.
Yeah. Are they just going to stay here forever?
I would assume so. Where else would they go?
I don't know, find some place of their own?
Well, I'm sure they want houses and stuff of their own. They're not gonna stay at Mist forever.
I can't imagine they'll blend into society perfectly.
Yeah, they'll get there. At least Locke will. I'm not sure about the rest. That might be harder. Especially Lurker.
I don't think Lurker could ever have anything
Yeah.
normal.
Lurker will probably have to stay. Unless they find a place for all of them at once.
It'd probably be best for them anyway. Have all of them together.
Haven't been without each other in eternity.
More than time itself. Ugh.
More than several times. Do you have a problem with them? Your silence speaks volumes.
Not all of them.
Meaning,
Forrest is fine. Fainto.
Forrest isn't even an ancient. He's just a crazy old man. We already got one of those downstairs. Possibly two.
Yeah, it's hard to be fine whenever. Let's forget it.
No, spit it out.
They're to the efficacy of gods, effectively. They don't belong here. No, none of the entities do.
Okay. That's not it, though. You haven't had a problem with Necro this whole time. If that was it, you would have a problem with him. You also would have had the problem with darkness being here. Physically being here. Not in the same way that you were saying.
The darkness is. I was fine with the darkness because the darkness left once it did its job.
Mhm.
I wasn't fine with the darkness. Necro's unavoidable. I finally accepted that.
And you don't think that 5 people who have been stuck in a desert for uncountable lifetimes finally getting out is good?
Sure. No, that's not what I'm saying.
That's what it sounds like.
Nobody should be trapped somewhere for eternity. I feel the same way about this. Being trapped in nowhere doesn't do well for. But they don't have to stay here. Not much is obvious.
The only thing they know is us. It's
The only
me.
thing they know is you.
And it is getting to be you. And everyone it missed.
Hardly.
It is going to be. Kind of hard to fucking avoid interacting with everyone there.
They have their own place there, separate from most of the rest of Most.
They still interact with them. They're still eating in the same spots and walking around in the same areas.
They're entirely separate buildings.
And you think they're not going over there and seeing them?
If you want to take a bet with me, I'd be willing to bet that most of Mist isn't.
I'm not saying Mist. I'm saying the Ancients going over there. Especially with Harvey. There's no fucking way Harvey's not going and seeing them.
Oh, I'd also be willing to bet Harvey goes and sees them. Harvey's too curious to not. I think it's for the best. We don't understand nearly as much as we should about them. We don't understand nearly as much as we should about the entities. We're way beyond our depth every single time for the past 2 years.
And we've dealt with it. This is one of the easiest things we've dealt with. It is not an active threat.
We've survived through it.
Through the Ancients, no. We haven't had anything to survive through.
We've survived through unknown threats.
We have
And the
dealt
Ancients-
with them.
Do you even know the extent of their abilities?
No, it's none of my fucking business.
Do you know?
I know killers.
What's the extent of his abilities then?
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna give you more of a reason to cause problems.
His problems. Okay. Sure. Apologies if it's hard for me to be civil with him.
I don't understand. I thought you two would get along. Because you have something to connect over.
You think I get along with other murderers?
Hosea's right there.
You think I got
I'm
along
right
with
here.
Hosea?
I'm right here.
You're different.
No, I don't think I am. The difference is I wasn't being paid for it. Which is less of an excuse.
The difference is that you are fundamentally different in terms of mindset with it.
He's not happy that he had to do it. He was being used. Literally used. He did not have a choice. At all. Physically could not stop himself.
You could have called most of us tools.
That's not what I mean. You
Yeah.
had the option to back out. Granted, it was a risk, but you had that option. He did not. It wasn't a, he would be killed. He physically could not back out.
They could fight back, apparently. They did fight back.
They were not targets. The entities were not targets.
Then how did they get thrown into the freaking beyond?
That's not what I mean. If Killer is given a target and an appropriate amount of payment, he did not tell me what that is. He does not plan on telling anyone what that is. For obvious
Good.
reasons. Then he physically has to go after them. No
Call it a
choice about it.
curse.
Hmm?
Call it a curse.
Pretty much.
There's a price to pay for everything. Price to pay for power. Price to pay to live. Most people, it's not much. Other people, it's a lot. So apologies if I don't trust Killer. I'm getting there with luck. I promise I'm trying. that whole magic thing. Still doesn't sit right with me.
I mean, it's weird.
Then again, all this fucking nonsense. None of it sits right with me. Never did. But I move on. It's what I've always done.
Yeah, I noticed.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Could have fooled me. If you want them over here, fine to go get
I don't think it's a threat to the fucking garden.
them. No, it's not a threat. You're right. There's nothing wrong with it.
Is that it? Feels like there's an awful lot more than what you said.
I'm not good with words.
We'll try.
Don't think that's what I'm doing. There's a lot I'm wanting to say. I don't know how to say it. A lot I'm feeling I didn't know I would feel.
All I know is I spent every day of 2 years doing nothing but trying to get back here so I could see you. And it's not mattering.
You're not who you were when you left. You
I'm
know that.
aware of that.
It's hard to see someone you knew change so drastically and flip your entire world on its head. I thought I could do it. I thought I could finally deal with things. I thought I could finally understand what was going on. And I'm told it's a lie. Of course, everything else changes and nothing goes back to normal.
That's how it always is for us.
You're right. Nothing's ever normal. Nothing could ever be normal. And again, what the hell is normal? Might as well be normal with all the nonsense.
Living in a suburb with 2 kids and no threats chasing after you, that's normal.
You would think so. Apparently not. What should I do?
What do you mean?
I don't know. What do you think I should do about this whole situation?
There's multiple situations, and I am not sure which one you're talking about.
Let's go one at a time then. What do you think I should do with the ancients? Forget that they're anything other than human?
Try.
Forget
To get to know them. I did.
How long did it take? A day? A week? A second?
No, I was pretty untrustworthy of them at first. Especially Killer, obviously.
How long?
Probably about a week. Because they're all I had. For 2 fucking years. I knew them longer than I knew you.
Yeah, that much is obvious.
Necro knew them even before.
Because of course he did. He knows everything.
No, because he got trapped there with them.
Before you did? How long was that?
Necro knew them literally longer than time itself. Kind of hard not to trust someone when the demon in your head has known them forever and says that they're trustworthy.
Necro is trustworthy.
All he's ever done is try to protect me.
Not trying to fight on that one. Necro is trustworthy. How much do they know about you?
Everything.
2 years.
2 years. 2 years, and they're the only interaction I had with anything other than giant computer man and a sentient orb. But, you know.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Obviously not. It's not like I have any right to be frustrated.
Why are you upset about that? It's not like I've ever kept anything from you.
No. It's just hard not to view time as linear. All the time, and I could do nothing for you.
You didn't know.
And that's the worst part.
You had no way to know. She was me.
The worst part is that I thought I was doing what I could. But the fact remains, even if I didn't know it was you, that's time I could never have spent with you and didn't even realize. More time than you've known me. Sure. And of course, yeah. You should trust them more than me. Of course you should.
I didn't ever say that.
Do you then? Who do you trust more?
You.
How?
You've always been there. I've quite literally followed you blindly the entire time I've known you. The only time that I didn't was when I came back and you went for my throat, which was more of a reflex than anything else.
Yeah, sorry.
The only reason I hesitated when you asked then was because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if you believed me over her, or what had happened between you two, or anything. I didn't know if you were still the same Luke.
You didn't try to talk when you came back.
I didn't have a chance.
Was it that Hosea's fault or yours?
Both. I was scared.
Scared of what?
Coming back, I didn't know where I was. Mist wasn't a thing when I left.
It was just a group of people trying to do its best.
Which I didn't know. Hell, I didn't even know it was you in there. All Hosea was telling me while he was having a breakdown.
Of course
that
it was effing Hosea.
He wasn't on purpose.
It's never on purpose with him.
He was having an actual breakdown.
Yeah, because he was keeping secrets from Harvey.
Which he didn't even realize he was doing.
Didn't really.
The only thing he didn't tell him was his name. Harvey also didn't tell him Dominic's name. I'm not placing blame on either of them. It's just something that happened. All I know is that I went through a portal that took about a year to make. It didn't work. Something helped me through. And only me. And I had to leave everything I have known for 2 years. And I come back and see Hosea sobbing, freaking out, saying that he knew that the person there wasn't me and that he didn't know if he could trust anyone else. That is what I saw when I came back. So yeah, I didn't immediately come to you. You know what I did? I came back the same day later on.
You're right. I shouldn't put that on you. None of that is on you. Most of that's not even on Hosea. The thing I'm most pissed at is that creature.
That's what it was made to do.
What?
That's what it was made to do. Not in terms of it's a tool. Its only function is animalistic at best. It is to, quote-unquote, breed. It doesn't even really have thoughts. I'm pretty sure it actually thinks it was me.
Yeah, that's for certain. I can't lose you. You know that, right?
I know. You won't. At least, not by my doing.
I don't think you understand it. But I'll ask anyway. Do you know how it feels to put a bullet through your head?
No, but I know how it feels to die and get brought back. Why?
Sorry. That thing could toy with people's heads. You're right. It was impossible to distinguish you from it. Even whenever I knew who you were, where you were standing, I couldn't separate that.
No one could.
The amount of times I had to process you dying in the span of a single minute. I lost you 4 times that day, Becca.
I know.
And when you come back, you're different, and that's okay. And I'm scared, and I'm worried. And I can't. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's not.
Yes, it is. You don't have anything to apologize for.
You should be happy that you got them back. Those are your friends.
But you're worried.
Yeah. And I suppose I just can't get the thought out of my head that it's the happiest I've ever seen you, Becca.
Because I had everyone. Not just them. It's because I finally had everyone.
It still stings. And I know that's selfish, and I know it's wrong, and that's why I'm apologizing. Because the only thing I can see when I look at Killer is myself. I can't trust him.
You got better.
Why didn't?
Yes, you did. You're not an assassin anymore. You weren't killing for money anymore. And I know it's hard. But he isn't either.
The best I can do is try. You know that.
I know.
I can't. Please forgive me.
You know I already did that.
I won't leave you again.
You didn't leave me.
But I did. There's nothing I could have done about it, I know. Which is why. It's why I left. But now you're here. Now I can stay with you. Nothing is going to stop that. I never wanted to be near Mist.
I figured you wouldn't.
thing did. And I let them. And it might be my fault that Harvey lost his arm. Because I might have been able to be there faster. I might have been able to help. But more than anything else, I might have been there to see something. Whatever Hosea did, I don't know, but
From what it sounds like, all Hosea did was realize that Necker didn't talk that much. And he was, granted, incredibly overly cautious. It worked out for him in this one specific instance. But
if that's what it takes to see through these gods that we're going to be dealing with, then someone needs to.
you don't have to bear that burden all yourself. You shouldn't.
But I have to. Not for any other reason. But because I love you. I can't let something like that happen again. If it costs the world, I don't care. I can't lose you.
I wouldn't want you to do that for me.
That's my choice. And I should try to be better. I'm sorry. But it's okay now. I finally fixed the mistakes I made. Well, back when the shadows were around. I told you that already, though. I'll try to be nice. I'll try.
You don't need to. I'm not asking you to be friends with them. Just. You're putting problems onto them that. You're blaming them for things that aren't their fault. And I understand that it's hard to get over that. But it's not fair to them.
We all carry things that aren't our fault. You carry Necro. I wouldn't exactly call. No. Nothing's one person's fault alone. I will give him a chance.
Thank you.
Give all of them a chance. But if they can't do that, if they put us in danger, I cannot allow another one.
Okay.
We should get some rest. It's getting late.
You can sleep in here if you want.
Thanks.
And that is where we'll be ending this Eternal story. Thank you everyone for watching.